Vee Trades technical analysis course coming soon. What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I'll be doing a technical analysis breakdown for AUTOZONE with the ticker symbol AZO. This was a viewer's request, and thank you for your donation. If you want a chart analysis guaranteed to be done, please read the description below. Also, take a second to give the video a like and subscribe for more chart analysis. I appreciate it very much. This video is for entertainment purposes only, does not constitute any financial advice. I will first go over what I see in the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. I promise this is my last video, guys, so just bear with me. So let's take a look at the daily chart for AUTOZONE. Looks like there was this uptrend formation back here in September of 2021. Well, there was even a uptrend before, but let's focus on the more recent uptrend. Obviously, the uptrend is over because now we are in the formation of a possible downtrend. You can see that this uptrend was working very nicely higher. Every time we came to the lower side, we found some type of support, and every time we came to the upper side, we found resistance and we sold off. Eventually, price action broke the pattern. There was a little downtrend in play. We had a breakout side of this downtrend. We made a new low, a little double bottom. If you guys look closer, you can see that we went down, we went up a little bit, then we went down, and then we reversed. So that's a little double bottom. We went back to retest the previous high. Normally, we don't just reverse after a break of a channel. We made that high in the formation of two legs, so that's pretty much perfect price action. And then we started finding resistance at this 2074.75 level. So prices had a hard time working through that level, and eventually it gave up after probably having a triple top. So this would be the first high, second high, and then this was the triple top back here in early February. So we've been selling off ever since. Looks like there is a new downtrend in play. Instead of the uptrend, we have this downtrend. This is holding prices decent, not that great, but we're gonna go with it. And recently we had a breakout side of this channel. So like I showed you guys for the uptrend channel, the same pattern will repeat on the downtrend channel most of the time. So since we had a first break, we're gonna be attempting to retest or exceed these previous lows. So that's why I don't think this is over for AUTOZONE or a lot of other companies. This chart doesn't look that bad. There is some consolidation occurring right now, and AUTOZONE is holding up. So we are in this little consolidation pattern. So we could come back down to the 1820 level and then possibly get a bounce. But how high is that bounce going to be? I think it's going to be short-lived, just because even though if we go up a little bit higher, we could always still go back down and finish off this downtrend. So we would have to go up much higher for this to be invalidated and find some type of support. But as right now, even if we do go up a little bit higher to the 1960 level, we could still come back down to the lows. So as of right now, we could probably just break outside this consolidation and then continue lower. My first target is right at the 1757 level, and I do have a couple other targets that are lower. So we're going to use a measure move tool. So this will be the first leg down or the first impulse, and since the market moves in twos, this will be the second leg down or the second impulse. So this first target's at the 1632 level. I'll put a horizontal line there for you guys. However, if I do a bigger measure move starting from the all-time highs to the bottom of this downtrend correction, and if I drag it over now, this target's right at the $1,600 level. So either one is a possibility to be reached. You can also see that there's a gap on the chart back here on I believe it's the 21st of September, right when earnings were released. Price action gapped up, and we have not filled in that gap. So that's another possible target for prices to reach, and it's right near the measure move. So that's confluence. So that tells me that there's multiple reasons for price to continue lower, even to retest these previous lows. So there's multiple reasons why the market should continue lower. And I show you guys these gaps because if you pay attention, you'll see that they do get filled, and they're the price action likes to not leave these empty spaces. So there was a gap over here, and then what do you know, price action came right back to that price level, fill in that gap. And if I put a trend line right there, you'll see that that's pretty much right where prices found support and then bounced. So right when we filled in the gap, we bounced up higher. So this was the gap over here, this empty space. Price action came back down, filled it, and we went higher. There was a little gap over here. we filled it. There was a little gap over here, we filled it, and then we continue lower. So there's a gap over here that wasn't completely filled, but again, we don't have to fill all the gaps all the time. It's just a possibility to be filled. But you can see that price action still tried to come back to the level of the gap and fill it. And you can see there's a large tail bar, but failed. So we continue lower, and we've been going down ever since. So like I said before, I'm looking for these measured move targets. These are highly accurate, so that's where I would be putting my bets for AUTOZONE. Anything can happen on the chart. Well, it can always change. The price action is dynamic, so it can evolve to something else. But as of right now, we're probably going to be continuing lower. So let's take a look at the weekly chart to wrap it all up. So here's the weekly chart for AUTOZONE. We've been going up pretty much for a very long time. The stock is actually performing very well. Looks like it's a very profitable company, and the revenues continue to increase. So it looks like there was this uptrend channel in play. We had 3 touches on the lower side, we bounced, and if I drag this up, you can see that this was holding prices pretty well, but prices did have a overshoot of this channel working higher, so that leads to a breakout on the opposite side. If we drop below that 1750 level, it could be a big trap for the long. So this looks like a little double bottom. If you go on a smaller time scale, you'll see that this is a double bottom. You can see that these 2 candles have the same lows, so that's a double bottom on this time frame. If you go on a lower time frame, it would look something like this, a double bottom. So if we break below that, we could drop pretty quickly down. Like I said before, I have my targets lower. I'm looking for that $1,600 level. This will be the first leg down, this will be the second leg down, right? That $1,600 level, 1612, close enough. Think that's it. Let me show you guys maybe one last thing. This channel could be potentially in play, and we'll have to wait and see how it develops, but it does make sense, because if this channel is in play, then we just bounce from the upper side and we should be headed to the lower side, and that's what price action looks like it's doing. And the measure move is fairly close to the support side of the channel. So this entire line is the support side. So it looks like price action is trying to come back to test it. So it looks like lower prices are going to be happening. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. Make sure to check out the rest of the channel, since you might be surprised at what you can learn. Leave a comment down below on where you think prices are headed. Also share the video if you want your friends to learn about the markets. Lastly, I appreciate any feedback to help improve the channel, since I want to deliver great content to you guys. See you next time, and bye.